Hi everyone, welcome to the Devcast tutorial. This is Kaustav and let's start the video. So in this video we are going to have a look at what is priority queue in Java. I have not been making videos for a while, and that is simply because I had other projects to take care of, and that's the reason why I have not made videos for, I suppose, a year or something like that. And I didn't post any videos on YouTube. But since I've got some time now available, I will be back to making some more videos. And this time it's going to be a video on priority queue in Java. Now, let me tell you something about the priority queue. The priority queue is basically something that is very much important when you are designing some very complicated programs. Let's presume you want to place certain tasks in the form of a priority. Like the first task gets the first priority, the second task gets the second priority, and the third task gets the third priority. Okay, so it might also be like this, that the tasks may be arranged in a haphazard manner, but you want to place them in a form of a priority. You want to give some tasks the top priority, and you want to assign some other tasks other priorities, like the medium level priority or the low level priority, and there are some jobs that are going to be there which is going to be on the top level priority. So that's the time when priority queue comes into use. Okay, so in this part we are going to have a look at that. We are going to not only have a basic understanding of what priority queue is and how it works, but also at the same time we are going to have a look at how we can apply it in the real world scenario in OOPS. So without any further ado, let's begin the video. So first of all, what we are going to do is we're going to create a basic uh, program related to priority queue, so that the basic stuff about this it could be understood. There we go. So public static void main string args, and we have it. Now what we are going to do is what we are going to create a priority queue object. So it is better always. I won't say that actually you can import the priority queue and hash it and stuffs like that one by one in your Java Eclipse. But I would suggest that you put this one particular code and import everything. Okay, from the package, like import. Sorry for that. Import Java dot util dot start. So what this will do is this will import all the packages, and you do not have to install things separately. I think you already know this stuff, but still those people who do not know about it, for them I did it. And then we are going to make a object on priority queue. Priority queues, let's name this object as PQ, and then okay, so what we are going to have as a priority queue, we can place strings, we can place integer, we can place strings and integer together. So if I place integer over here, let's start with integer first. So if I place some integers over here, let's name this priority queue as PQ, and then is equal to priority queue again. Did I name it? Okay. Yes. So what I didn't do is I was supposed to say new priority queue because it's an object. So we have created a priority queue object. Now that we have this priority queue object, we can add some stuff to it, like the standard functions. If you have worked with collections already and you have ideas about what lists are, and then you would be having idea about dot add, dot remove, uh, functions like or methods like poll and peak. So these methods also exists with respect to priority queue. Priority queue has methods like dot add, dot remove, dot poll also. Okay, and dot peak. Since it is a queue, therefore it is going to have dot peak. Okay, so that part is there also. So now pq dot, we are going to add some integers over here, right? So suppose I add 1 over here, and then let's not add 1, okay, let's add 3. Let's add things in a haphazard manner like I've already told you. So like this, and let me add it like in the form of like 3 4, then 1, then 2, and then 5. Let's see what do we have, what do we get in return when we print this. This out, and if I print this PQ, then let's see what happens. So if I print this PQ, you will be able to see that this has been arranged in this order, but you will be able to see that the order that I followed for actually putting this particular integers in the priority queue one by one, they have not been allotted in the same way. Now if I display the console yet again, you will be able to see that it's not getting displayed in the same manner I have placed them over here. So this is simply because of how binary heap works. If you are if you have idea about the non-primitive data types in the data structure, where the things are non-linear, there are concepts like the binary tree, then you have the hash map, then you have this binary heap as well. So the binary heap is something that gives priority to the parent and then arranges stuffs one by one. So I'll be making a separate video on binary heap, by the way, if you have problems in understanding these things. And so mostly you will have to understand that this thing, that it places items, whatever you add into its queue, whatever you add into this queue, it gets placed in the um, in the form of a binary heap. Okay, that's what is getting displayed over here. So let's presume I place 5 over here and place 4 over here. Let's see what sort of result do we get. Again, if I run this program, I'll be able to see that yes, so it has not been arranged in the proper order. Again, things have been arranged as per the binary heap rules. Okay, so that's what you get when you print it. Now let's see if I print pq.peak. So this, what this will do is it will take up the, let's see, let's run it and you will be able to see that. So it will take up the item that has got the topmost priority in the particular queue. Okay, in most of the cases it is going to be 1. So that's pq.peak. Again, let's see if I place 3 of let's say if I place 2 over here and 1 over here. Let's place 1 over here and 5 over here. So what sort of return do we get? And let's run this. So again, as you can see, it is going to show 1, because 1 always gets the top priority in this priority queue. Now what if we want to, what if we want to display these items one by one? So if you want to display these items one by one, not in the form of an array, but in the form of you know but in the form of items one by one, then what you are supposed to do? So while you're supposed to run a while loop in here, while this pq dot is empty. If it is not empty, then what will happen? As you can see, I have placed the not operator over here. So if pq dot is not empty, if pq is not empty, then what will happen is this, that it will say pq dot poll. Let me get this out first of all. Oh goodness. Okay, so we have this out now. So PQ dot poll. Let's see what this does. So now if I run this, you will be able to see that the items have now been placed in an orderly fashion, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so even if I have placed this in a haphazard manner, it has been placed in an orderly fashion, as you can see. Okay, just in the way we count stuffs, like in 1, 2, 3, then 4, then 5 comes, and that's the similar way in which they have placed it. So what the poll function basically does is this, that the poll function is going to, I mean the poll method, let's say, this poll method is something that is going to take out all the items from the queue and then display it. Okay, mind it, it will always take the items from the queue and then it will display it. Okay, so the basically what will happen is this, that you will get an orderly item. Even if you have placed these items in an haphazard manner like this, it will be placed in a proper manner if you use this pq.poll. Okay, and if you run a while loop on it, and you if you want to print these items one by one, it will be printing it as per the as per the chronological order in case of the integers. Okay, so that's the simple application of the priority queue. Now let's have a look at some of the uh, far more advanced and complicated problems related to priority queue, which will be on oops. Okay, because we tackle real life situations with oops only. So here also, for understanding some of the advanced concepts related to priority queue, we are going to make use of oops, because we are going to take over here some real world scenarios. Now, what do I intend to do with the program? First of all, here I'm going to create a class over here. Suppose I am going to create a class of jobs. Okay, so the jobs will be arranged as per the priority. Like I will be doing a particular job that will get the topmost priority, then the second most priority is going to the second job is going to get the second most priority, so on and so forth. Okay, so let's see how we are going to do that. Like, we have created a job class over here. Now let's assign some jobs, like string jobs. Let's say JBS, and then I'm going to take an integer like priority or prior. Let's take this variable as prior. I've named it as prior. Then what I'm going to do is create a constructor. Let's create this string j. Let's complete the constructor and int p. Then what we are going to do is we are going to initialize them. This dot jbs is equal to j. This dot prior is equal to p, and I forgot to place the semicolons. Now I'm going to give two methods to it as well. The These methods are going to get the jobs and get the priority as well. Okay, so public void, it's not going to be a void, obviously it's going to be a string, public string jbs. uh, okay, let's say jobs, get jobs, because it's a getter only, get jobs. And then I'm going to, okay, then I'm going to return this dot JBS over here. So I'll tell you the exact reason why I'm doing this. And then we have uh, get priority. 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 So this is going to return this dot prior. Again, it's going to throw an error because it's not a string, it's an integer. Okay. So now comes the tricky part. Okay. So what we are supposed to do over here is this, that we will have to create a comparator. So those of you who are familiar with the concept of comparator, it's good. And those of you who are not familiar with the concept of comparators, so this is your first chance to learn what it is. So you might be aware of the fact that you know collections are basically is basically a framework of classes and interfaces, right? So one such interface is this comparator. So that's what we are going to make use of. So now let's say class, uh, let's just name it, what should we name it, uh, job place or something like that, or place jobs like that. Okay, so place jobs implements comparator, because you already know that if it's an interface you will have to use the implements keyword. So now let's use comparator, and we're going to take job as a parameter with this comparator. Now I'll place the curly braces over here. So you will be able to see that there is this red underline that has been placed over here, and like all other implementers, like all other implementers, what you will notice over here, it is asking me to implement some unimplemented methods. Because in interpreters, what we have, it's just used in the form of a template in oops. Okay, so what this what this interfaces uh, tend to have. Did I use the interpreter word? I'm sorry for that. Okay, it's interfaces. So what these interfaces tend to have in them is this, that they tend to have some methods that you place over there. Okay, like I've said, it works in the form of templates in oops. So the same thing it is, since it is interpreter. Again, I'm saying interpreter. It is, since it is an interface in Java. That's the reason why it has some unimplemented methods existing inside it. So what are the basic unimplemented methods that exist in there? First, let's hover over this comparator. So if I hover over this comparator, you will be able to see that what it says is this, that it is a comparison function which imposes a total ordering on some collection of objects. Okay, comparators can be passed to a sort method such as collections.sort or arrays.sort to allow precise control over the sort order. So as you can see that it is used for comparison. Okay, so when you are trying to compare two objects together, yes, two object properties together, then this comparator is going to come into use. Okay, so since it is an interface, we have used the implements method, and since it is having some unimplemented methods inside it, we will have to implement them to make this work. So what is that unimplemented methods that exist inside this comparator interface? So it is simply, if we just hover over it and click on add unimplemented methods, we will be able to see that job 01 and job 02 has been allotted. Okay, and a function has been created which is compare function. So this compare function is what exists inside the comparator interface, and this has to be implemented when you are trying to compare uh, two objects. Okay, so this is nothing but object 1 and object 2. Okay, so that's what you see over here. So if what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own algorithm. Like I said, the main magic happens over here at this comparator level. At this comparator level, you will be able to compare the properties of each objects that you take over here inside this comparator. Let's just, without any of these complexities, let's have a look at how this is being done in practical scenario over here. So what will happen over here now is this, that I will say if O1, because we have O1 as the object 1 over here, so O1 dot, what do we have? We have priority, right? So O1 dot prior is lesser than O1 dot uh, I mean sorry, is greater than O1 dot O2 dot prior, and then we are going to compare this. So we are going to return this as 1. What this will do, it will sort these items in an in an ascending order. This will do that because it will start the count from 1 only. So else what this will do is, sorry for that, else let's create an else if it is just opposite to what this is. This is just opposite to what this is. We are going to return -1. Okay, so that the count starts from the back. In this case the count will start from 1. Okay, and in this case the count will start from -1. Otherwise it will obviously be returning 0. So we have the comparator over here now created. Now let's create the object of jobs over here. Okay, so let's create an object of jobs, like jobs uh, JB is equal to new jobs. Sorry for that, jobs. What did I do? Oh, it is not jobs, it is job. Did I use job? Yes, I used it. So now I'll have to place the things that I have placed inside the comparator. Like I'll have to place the name of the job. Like first job I'm going to do is go to the bazaar, and for that I'll be placing this at the priority level of 3 because this holds the third most priority. Okay, and let's create another object with jobs, JB2 this time. This one is going to be JB1. Now this one is going to be like get uh, let's just say go to meeting at 10. Now this is something that is going to have the topmost priority. Now JB2, like this I'm going to place a couple of more priority. Okay, uh, Paul Shankar at Paul Shankar at 10, at say 9 o'clock, at 9. This is going to have the second priority. Obviously this is going to have the first priority, then only I am supposed to arrange the meeting. Okay, and then uh, get the uh, let's say get the documents ready. Let's get which means I'm placing that getting the documents ready for the meeting. So this, if this is the case, then this is going to have the third priority, because first I'm going to call Shankar at 9, arrange the meeting, and then at 10 I'm going to go to the meeting. But also that, okay, so this is going to have the third priority, this is going to have the second priority, because I'm going to you know do the task in that particular way. So go to the bazaar is going to be the fourth priority. I can go to the bazaar or just ignore it. Okay, so like JB3. Okay, so this is throwing me an error because the object was not being placed properly. Now that this has been done, we have the priority queue created, but what we haven't done is this, that we haven't placed the object over here inside the priority queue, because we are not going to take any integer or anything inside it. We are not going to accept any integer or anything inside the priority queue. We are simply going to accept the object as inside the priority queue. So in this case, this is going to be the job that we are going to accept. Okay, so now what we are going to do is pq.add. This is showing me an error because now it is searching for an object to be placed over here. pq.add one, pq.add jb2, and then we are going to add jb3, and then we are going to add jb4, and then we are going to add jb5. Okay, okay, we do not have a jb5. That's great. Now let's see in what fashion it is being placed. So it is going to throw me an exception over here. That which is the problem. So we are going to get poll dot get jobs. So if I place it like this, then only I think it will be shown. And also I'm getting this error. Okay, job cannot be class to class. Job is a module loader app. Okay, so the thing is this, that it cannot be used as a class. Let's say job X, and let's name it job X as well. Here also I need to name it as job X, and then job X, job X, job X, job X, job X, job X. Okay, I think I have mostly implemented everything. Okay, job X, and then job X. Okay, so mostly it is being done. Now let's have a look at this. Job X is in module. Okay, it's comparable. Okay. Okay, so what I have not done is this, that I have not placed it as a comparator. I have not used the comparator object as well. I didn't create the comparator object. I'm supposed to create a comparator object over here, like place jobs. That was the problem. Okay, what does it say? Syntax error. New place jobs. I placed it right. So what I didn't do is that I am supposed to place a parenthesis over here. Then this is going to go away. Now let's start this. So as you can see, call Shankar at 9, get the documents, go to the meeting at 10, and go to the bazaar. So as you can see, this has been arranged as per the priority now. So since I have arranged them in an haphazard manner, as you can see, I've already arranged them in a haphazard manner, like go to the bazaar, go to the meeting at 10, so go call Shankar at 9, then get the documents. But I have placed the priority as well along with them. Okay, I have placed the priority as with them. So where does this comparison actually happens? As you can see, I simply forgot to place this new place jobs over here. This is where the comparator is going to work. So as you can see, the comparator has taken its IDs. So each of this object, with each of these objects, I mean, with each of these strings, I have also added the uh, order of priority in the form of an integer. So that is something that is getting compared over here in the comparator level. So now that comparator has been accepted as a new object in the priority queue, because if you want to compare any item of any object, then you will have to create a new object of the comparator as well, and you have to place it in the similar way I have placed it over here inside the priority queue. Okay, so uh, that's how you can arrange the stuffs as per the priority. Like in this way, I have arranged my jobs in the form of a priority. I have placed them in haphazard manner, but because of the comparator, it has compared all the integers that I have placed along with it, and those integers are my own priority order, and that's how the comparison has happened. And uh, you can see the result all right now. So why did I use this get jobs? Because in order to call the jobs, otherwise I would have got only objects over here. You will be able to see that if I had removed this, and if I had yes, if I had run this, you would be able to see that only objects would get displayed over here along with their memory locations and stuffs like that. But if I give it a better, you know, if I give it this get jobs, you will be able to see that all of these things are going to be shown. All of the jobs, one by one, like call Shankar at 9, get the documents. So this is the similar way in which I have placed them, as you can see. Okay, so this is the similar way in which I have placed them, and that's how the priority queue actually works. I hope you have understood this, and I have tackled a real life situation over here, real life scenario with the help of OOPS, and by applying priority queue to it. And I hope you have understood this concept of priority queue properly. The concept of comparator, I think, is also pretty clear. Uh, so that's what is there with respect to the priority queue in Java. See you on the next video.